welcome to Government House. Welcome to this Investiture ceremony. Today we celebrate the impressive and diverse achievements of our community and fellow Territorians through the Order of Australia, the principal means of recognising outstanding members of our community. At a national level, this is a day I am sure you will all look back on with great pride.
Gulin yawa batiwa niana bandrik namule gulumergen biliba damaragiri guialwa gulumergen. So good evening everyone. My name's Bandrik. Namule means I am a Larrakia man, and welcome to Larrakia country. I would like to acknowledge our ancestors, elders past, present and emerging, all other Larrakia people and all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here, and all non-Indigenous people too. Welcomes are very important to us. Traditionally, we would have taken you to the water, washed your sweat in the water, and introduced you to country. And we believe it's very important for welcomes to be conducted just because it's for us to introduce you to our country, and then that way country will look after you and your spirit. It's like when you go to someone's house, you don't just walk straight in the door, you knock on the door and wait for them to invite you in, and this is our way of inviting you in. So in saying that, please walk lightly on country and please respect our culture and traditions. And I'd like to also acknowledge all the award recipients and all the people that was nominated for the awards. I hope you have a good night. Thank you. Mamak.
Thank you, Mr. Trent Lee, for officially welcoming us to country. I acknowledge the Larrakia people, traditional owners of the beautiful lands and waters that surround us here at Government House this evening, and I pay my respects to Larrakia elders past, present and emerging. Distinguished recipients, it is with great pleasure that my husband Craig and I welcome you to your beautiful Government House on what is a very special occasion for you. It is a great honour to conduct this investiture for the recipients in the 2019 Queen's Birthday Honours and Awards list, 2020 Australia Day Honours and Awards list, and the August 2019 Bravery Commendations list. There are 57 awards in the Australian Honours system, and the process of making these awards is rigorous. Each time a new honour is created, a medal is painstakingly designed and crafted by a gold or silversmith here in Australia. It is always wonderful to see the beautiful medals laid out on these occasions in the knowledge that they represent the formal recognition from the highest office in Australia of truly remarkable achievements of Territorians. I look forward to investing each of you with this symbol for your meaningful contributions to our territory and beyond. Recipients, Australia is recognising you by way of this most honoured system for your eminent achievement and distinguished service of the highest degree. Your actions and accomplishments are significant, not only for the remarkable impact they have had within your own circle, but importantly for the real and positive effect that you have had on the lives of others. On behalf of Territorians, I offer my warmest congratulations and deepest gratitude to you all. Please enjoy and savour your special moment. It is now my honour to read the warrant. I am authorised to present your insignia at the direction of His Excellency General, the Honourable David Hurley, Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, and by virtue of the power contained in the warrant given at Government House, Canberra, under the seal of the Order of Australia.
Queen's Birthday 2019 Honours List. Appointed an Officer of the Order of Australia in the General Division, the Honourable Claire Martin. For distinguished service to the people and Legislative Assembly of the Northern Territory and as a community advocate. The Honourable Claire Martin served as Chief Minister of the Northern Territory from 2001 to 2007. She was the first Labor Chief Minister of the Northern Territory and also the first female to hold this role. She continues to serve Territorians' interests on a number of boards and is currently Chair of Territory Natural Resource Management, Museum and Art Gallery of the Northern Territory, Vice Chair of Northern Territory Cricket and a Director of Brown Smart Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Claire Martin. Australia Day 2020 Honours List. Appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Gary Casey, for significant service to the community through emergency response organisations. Mr. Gary Casey has served the Northern Territory community as an employee and volunteer of the Northern Territory Fire, Rescue and Emergency Services for more than 20 years and remains the Volunteer Unit Officer of the Palmerston Unit. He has contributed to the community as an active member of a number of clubs and committees and is a former recipient of the Chief Minister's Medal for Emergency Service and the National Police Services Medal. Mr. Gary Casey. Dr. Janice Hills was the first woman to establish a full-time veterinary practice in the Northern Territory and has contributed greatly to the community on a number of boards. Dr. Hills established the Batchelor Museum and is the current President of the Tourism Committee of the Kumali Community Government Council. Dr. Janice Hills. Mrs. Robin Burridge, for service to people with disability. Mrs. Robin Burridge has been an advocate for the rights of people with disabilities for more than 40 years. She is a founding member, former chair and life member of Integrated Disability Action Group. Mrs. Burridge continues to provide advocacy and assist with special disability projects as a disability broker. Mrs. Burridge has also served the community as an alderman for more than 20 years. Mr. Connell Branley and Mrs. Coralie Branley, for services to the Darwin community and Palmerston community. Mr. Connell Branley and Mrs. Coralie Branley founded the Palmerston Lions Club in 2014. Their commitment and contribution to the club has helped raise funds to deliver a number of projects to benefit the Palmerston community. Mr. and Mrs. Branley are tireless volunteers who readily make themselves available to help their community. Mr. Connell Branley and Mrs. Coralie Branley. The late Deacon Boniface Pertiget, for service to the Catholic Church and to the community. The late Deacon Boniface Pertiget was a senior elder of the Cardu Dominion clan and traditional owner on the land on which the town of Wadare is built. He was the first Indigenous person to be ordained and a permanent deacon in Australia, and he dedicated his life to the cultural and spiritual lives of the people of Wadare and the Daly region. His award is being accepted today by his daughter, Margaret. Ladies and gentlemen, the late Deacon Boniface Pertiget. Mr. Derek Pugh, for service to education in the Northern Territory. Mr. Derek Pugh worked with the Northern Territory Education Department as teacher and principal in remote and regional schools across the Territory for more than 30 years. Mr. Pugh is an accomplished author and historian, and his works have contributed greatly to the preservation of history in Darwin and the Northern Territory. Mr. Derek Pugh. Mr. Kenneth Davies, for outstanding public service to children and families in the Northern Territory. Mr. Kenneth Davies began his public service career as a teacher and principal in the Northern Territory in 1978. He has held a number of high-level positions across various Northern Territory government departments and is the current Chief Executive Officer of Territory Families. Mr. Davies demonstrates a deep commitment to the delivery of positive long-term outcomes for children, families and communities in the Northern Territory. Mr. Kenneth Davies. Mr. Gregory Shanahan, for outstanding public service to the justice system in the Northern Territory. Mr. Gregory Shanahan has been an officer in the Northern Territory Public Service since 1989. He joined the Northern Territory Attorney General's Department in 1996 and is currently the Chief Executive Officer of the Department of Justice. He is the longest serving Chief Executive in the Northern Territory Public Service. Mr. Shanahan has been instrumental in delivering a range of government legislative reforms, alcohol harm minimisation programs and leading the development of a whole of government domestic and family violence reduction strategy. Mr. Gregory Shanahan. Awarded the Australian Police Medal, Superintendent Anthony Dutrom, for distinguished police service in the Northern Territory. Superintendent Anthony Dutrom joined the Northern Territory Police Force in 1994. He has worked up the ranks in a number of positions and communities across the Northern Territory and is currently Divisional Officer for the Palmerston Division, attached to the Darwin Command. He volunteered internationally as a member of the Disaster Victim Identification Team in response to the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami in Thailand, and also served with the Australian Federal Police Airport Operations. Superintendent Dutrom continues to be passionate about policing and strives to protect the Northern Territory community. He is highly regarded by his peers across the Northern Territory Police Force. Superintendent Anthony Dutrom. For distinguished contribution to the fire service in the Northern Territory. Mr. Craig Slack has served with the Northern Territory Fire and Rescue Service for over 20 years as a proactive and dedicated member within Operations Darwin Command. He designed and developed the Road Crash Rescue Training Package currently being delivered by the Northern Territory Fire and Rescue Service Training Command to recruit and auxiliary firefighters. Mr. Slack continues to contribute to the highest standards of professionalism towards the safety of the Northern Territory community. Mr. Craig Slack. Awarded the Group Bravery Citation, Constable First Class Blake Goodworth, Constable First Class Timothy Gouverneur, Sergeant Benjamin Watson. On 25 May 2017, 4 Northern Territory police officers rescued a woman from a burning unit at Katherine in the Northern Territory. The officers attended the scene of a home unit fire. As they arrived, they heard the fire alarm and thick dark smoke could be seen inside the unit. The windows and doors were closed and the officers could feel the heat emanating from the building. The officers were informed that the unit was occupied and so they immediately attempted to enter. 2 officers managed to kick the door open and all the officers then entered the unit in search of the occupants. The unit was full of black smoke coming from the kitchen and the heat was intense. Household items were melting and damage was being done to the walls. an unconscious and unresponsive woman was found lying on the kitchen floor. 2 officers immediately removed the woman from the unit to safety, whilst the remaining officers searched the rest of the premises for other occupants. For their actions, the recipients are recognised by the Award of Group Bravery Citation. Ladies and gentlemen, Constable First Class Blake Woodworth, Constable First Class Timothy Governor, and Sergeant Benjamin Watson.
Congratulations, you are now officially invested with your awards. Wear your medals with pride and use your postnominals. Let the community be interested in you and what you have accomplished. For you truly deserve these honours and can show them to others. Displaying them encourages others in the community to do remarkable things in their own way. Australia is proud of you, as am I. Well done.
A really great honour and a great feeling. And it's still all very surreal to get such a high honour.
My first thought is I feel extremely humble. I have received this wonderful honour because not what I have done. Firstly, it's what people have allowed me to do to help them.
It's a pretty unreal feeling actually. Yeah, it's an amazing, great honour. I feel that we've just done what most police officers would have actually done. I was just really lucky. I had a really good bunch of guys that I worked with.
It was surprising for me to feel a bit overwhelmed about getting the award and that sense of being recognised for what you've done, and it makes you think a little differently about what you've done. So it's been delightful, it's been surprising, and I feel very proud.